Yes. Yes, this is what I wanted to do. Night creeps over the aisles of the flowers, gradually devouring the lifeless campus beneath the twilight shadow. Deep within the ruins atop the academy, building where wails of anguish echo. Leaning against the rusted-stained railing, a girl gazed, drawn into flower-like lights in the distant sky. Oh, it's Yada. Humans. Even when freed from the mortal coil, their souls refuse to cross from the other side. With the world in such a state, what is the point of hiding their shells and merely existing? When the wind rises, they will fall like wheat in the field. As strands of hair slide across her cheek, the girl's crimson eyes flicker slightly. Come out. Something lurking in the building shadows slowly emerges into light. Who is that? Cradle. Sorry, I didn't mean to spy on you. I just wanted to check on you. Every part of this vessel is your handiwork. What's there to check? Even authors have slight inconsistencies when writing their character in different stories. I just want to be responsible. What exactly are you? In human terms, I suppose you can call me a red-tide creature. I hope to help you, at least. Why so apathetic? Help me? The girl looks down at her body, letting out a scornful laugh. Still better than that sickly state you were in before. You only did it because I have some value I'm aware of, right? You could interrupt it in that way. You can interpret it that way. But why not think of it as an invention instead? Where to? And for what? Shh. Listen. Credo closes her eyes and smiles. Faint sounds of ties, whispers begin to echo in the girl's ears. The child of the red tide are eager to meet you. I'd rather not. At least not right now. The girl turns around and gripping the railing as she squeezes down the building below. I still have unfinished business. Rest assured, you will have time to prepare before the feast. The basic courtesy after all. Besides, I'm not fond of stories that are cut shortly halfway through. But when you continue this story, may I watch from the sidelines? If you can keep quiet enough. Naturally. Cradle gives us a smile and as she retreats in the shadows. Before completely vanishing, she pauses for a moment. Oh right. There's one thing I should remind you of. Even when my power merges into you, your heart cannot pump enough blood through your veins. Meaning, there's a limit to your powers. Oh. If you overdo it, you might not be able to maintain this form. However, if you fully merge with the red tide and become one of us, such limitations will no longer exist. That's none of your concern. When this place collapses, I will do as you wish. Now. I look forward to our next encounter. Cradle disappears as she came, leaving no trace of her presence. Only the girl is left behind at the desolate rooftop. What an unlikable person. Just like me. Why is Yada giving me yandere vibes type shit? Good. The basic compatible training went smoothly. All the readings are excellent. Of course, there are still many adjustments need to follow up. I recommend you come back for a few more visits. There she is. I appreciate the offer, but there's something I'm rather impatient waiting for me outside. Right, V? Ooh, who was that? Valerie? I just asked you directly. Why the sudden need to switch me to a new frame? And why such a tight schedule for compatibility testing? Valerie briefly looks away. Yada knows this gesture means that she does not want to answer the question directly. Shorehalt is dead. The Scarab needs a new captain. That doesn't count as an answer. I refuse. I can't be like that guy, always running his mouth and sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. In battle, I either charge straight ahead, or make a quick retreat when the things get dicey. All that stuff about assessing combat situations, coordinating battle formations, leading the team through inclements. Not to mention comforting the kids and dealing with the drunk robots. I don't have any of those leadership qualities. Not a single one. I'm more comfortable with the simple things like hunting down some poor bastard like with you. Yada crosses her arms and turns away in irritation. Whatever. No matter how unwilling she might be, Yada has no choice to follow Valerie's orders. She is a commandant after all. Oh. But the expected order never comes. And Yada can't help but turn her head to look. Here. Valerie slowly puts a few liquor-filled mints handies in her coat pocket, from her coat pocket. I'm not a kid. I'm not Shorehalt either. Don't try to bribe me with these things. Yada stashes the candy with the huff, tears open the wrapper, and pops in her mouth in one go. If you got me this new frame so I can take over, I suggest you refund. You ask you for a refund right now. You're overthinking it. I wouldn't push you that far. The squad got a new mission. The red tide is gathering around the artificial island. The Scarab needs to investigate the cause of the unusual movement. Do you realize what kind of scenario you're describing? Yada stops chewing. Even if Shorehalt was still here, this isn't something we can just casually take on, right? That's exactly why I got you the new frame. After a moment, the woman's thought, Yada carefully folds the candy wrapper and then hands it back to Valerie. It's too late to reject. You already signed up for it. As she speaks, Valerie pulls out a tactical terminal and begins synchronizing the mission data. Yada signs and begins reviewing the intel. As she flips through the pages, Valerie's voice suddenly cuts through. Yada. Scarab needs a new captain. Yada remains silent, only returning to leave after she finished reading through the entire mission brief. Yada. We'll talk when I come back. Yada pauses by the trash bin, but to throw away the candy wrapper. After a moment's hesitation, she holds it briefly with her back to Valerie, then tucks it away. You can't just place me with that thing. Like I said, I'm not him. I'm not Shorehalt. Babylonia core area. Away from the bustling corridors inside the war conference that bears the highest security clearance level. Holographic projections thoroughly cover every door and window, while the soundproof system, it operates as normal. Two figures sit facing each other, seemingly deep in intense discussion. Hilda? Who the hell is Hilda? This old broad. Hold on. The task force squads have lost contact at the same location twice in a row. They were both deployed for a low-risk area survey. Hilda rubs her nose and flicks it in the page of the briefing as a steel glands at Nicola, sitting across from her. Given the current situation, it's hard to see this mission could be classified as low risk. Commander, do you have any thoughts on this? The ratings for military missions have always been noting the classifications on paper. If all the battlefields can match our expectations, we'd call the training exercises instead. So, what did they encounter on this so-called battlefield? Initially, Squad A was only ordered to track the Red Tide's movements. During their mission, they discovered an artificial island in the Western Pacific, marked as Hydrogena. Hydrogea? Artificial island? It was named after the hydrogeas that grow abundantly on the island. As a precautionary measure, Squad A made the decision to land and investigate the island. 72 hours after Squad A landed on the island, Babylonia lost all contact with them. That's why Squad B was sent there on this for them. Soon after, they too went dark. One after another, they all went silent. Were they infected? Or perhaps... We can't rule out the possibility of infection. First of all, we lack the intelligence about the area. We absolutely know nothing about the surface conditions. Secondly, the Red Tide's movements in the area have been suspicious. Recently, it seems they've been to be covering on the island. The Red Tides is converging on the island. Can I take that something on the island is causing these anomalies? Apparently so. Two squads wouldn't have vanished one after another for no reason. However, Commander, there is still some questions I like to answer. Like you did answer. Hilda casually flips through the several pages, following their creatures. Hilda casually flips through the several pages, following the creases she made earlier. According to this briefing, Squad A distress signal to Babylonia after they went missing. After landing on the island, Squad B briefly established contact with them. However, Squad B approached the coordinates of the distress signal, and Squad A suddenly went dark. After that, both squads went completely silent. What are you implying? Even from a layman's perspective, this bears all the hallmarks of a premeditated ambush. Furthermore, I don't believe infected constructs can maintain this level of intelligence. This is just my speculation, but had there been some possibility that Squad A had defected? It's possible, but likelihood is low.
Defectors don't usually broadcast their betrayal to the purifying force. Retribution is nothing to scoff at. It makes a little sense for Squad A to launch a counterattack against Squad B right after their mission, especially right under our surveillance. If we assume that defection is a motive, Squad A's actions would be incredibly foolish.
That's why you didn't immediately deploy the purifying force?
Hola. News of the construct defection were extremely sensitive in the current climate.
Of course. Precisely why we're meeting today. This emergency confidentiality protocol I signed 30 minutes ago is now in effect. All information regarding this incident has been temporarily classified. I can't say how long this information blackout will remain effective. With 2 squads missing, I am certain Colonel's informants have already begun to move. But before we make any formal decisions, I trust you gathered sufficient intel about the mission location. Let's return to discussing the island since you claim it's the source of our problems. We may have sufficient information on hand, but there must be records of the artificial island during the Golden Age.
As you predicted, I do have some historical documents on hand. Hydrogena Artificial Island was once a military fortress used for large-scale weapons testing. After experiments concluded, the island approved for commercial redevelopment with profit in mind. Universal Toys and many other tech giants saw potential, jointly investing in the renovation project. Several colleagues and their affiliated research institutes were established on the island, creating an integrated hub for the education, research, and campus life. As a model of elite education, during the Golden Age, it is aimed to nurture the next generation of scientific talents. However, the Hydrogena Artificial Island was abandoned following the Punishing Virus outbreak.
An Academy Island? Huh. In that era of excess educational resources, I thought liberal education policies had already been widely implemented across the world.
But there was also an opposing trend. The reality is, opportunities exist in every era. Those who we weaponize the knowledge want their children to wield the power to control the world too. This was especially true for those who came to this island. They were both scientists and partners to their own children. I'm just doing Yada's story because I want to know more about Yada. So what?
So, what exactly was being taught about Hydrogena's island, or rather, was being researched?
The publicly announced research direction and development of the smart technology for public use.
Practical smart technologies applications? How conveniently simple.
But if you take a closer look at the island's personnel roster, you'll see that the scientists stationed there were all elite researchers in their respective fields, most of whom held radical research philosophies. It's going good so far. How your day been? Take the island's ordinary high school. Masona High School, for example, it had a teacher-to-student ratio of 2-to-1. 2 teachers per student on average. There was no reasonable explanation for such a ratio.
Was education merely a front? What exactly is that they were trying to do? Hilda took her tablet and swiftly types in several keywords with practice efficiency. My day was fine. Managed to see a blade for the first time in a week. How'd I feel for you? You feeling the act effects yet? You know, as you get older, it gets harder. It'd be some side effects, you know. According to the disclosed investigation report from the Science Council, large portions of the project's funding were accounted for. The auditor from the accounting firm during the Golden Age was killed in a car accident during the investigation.
Actually, there's something that been meaning to bother me.
What is it?
Rakia Rakia? No. Wait, no, not Rakia. Rakai. Rakai? I'm gonna say Rakai. Rakai Satome, technical director and scientific advisor of the Hydrogen Island project.
Rakan Satame? Hilda's expression clouds with confusion at the unfamiliar name. The Deck terminal rings with the incoming call. The caller exchanged a quick glance for Hilda before answering the call.
Make it quick. I'm busy. Shouldn't he be saying that? That's a little off. Okay, it's at Tatame. How much do you know about this name?
Wasted potential.
Care to elaborate?
I don't know what you discovered, but I wouldn't waste my time on this if I were you.
Oh, from what I know, she was a prodigy who earned a doctorate at a young age, with the expertise training spanning in mathematics, horticulture, life science, computer science, and mechanical engineering. Even during the Golden Age, she had already proposed the implement of her theory of memory projection.
It's consciousness projection. Athol corrects Nicola without hesitation. It's a branch of consciousness connection technology developed from the basic framework, but with a certain unique functional characteristics. This theory once sparked considerable debate in the mainstream academia, and even generated quite a few scandals.
Scandals?
It violated humanitarian principles by repeatedly conducting human experiments with unauthorized medicines.
And then
nothing. If she had made any real breakthroughs, the file would have been filled with her achievements. You wouldn't have to call me to ask.
Yeah.
Asimov shakes his head, looking like he's explaining something completely mundane. If you're interested, why not subscribe to the Science Council back issues? The entries of these seemingly valuable but ultimately meaningless theories alone will keep you busy until breakfast tomorrow. Is there no future for all this technology? Theoretically, yes. I read that paper, and his proposed vision were to become reality, it would indeed be beneficial to us. But as you should know, even as outsiders to the field, academic papers can be filled of hot air, and they never appeared into any journals after anyway. In all likelihood, they hit a complete dead end with the research direction and abandoned the project entirely.
That might not be the case. At least your colleagues don't share that opinion. Nicole forwards the documents to Asimov, specifically highlighting an entry about the Science Council unaccounted funds. Project Hydrina Island? I can help, but I need to adjust the schedule. I need to adjust the schedule yourself. We'll need more manpower and resources to handle another project. Alpha pauses briefly as the sound of the conversation comes to from the other end of the line. And my time as well. Let's leave it at that for now. Clock me when there's progress. Did you hear all that, Hilda?
Crystal clear.
So,
A genius or a madman, potentially revolutionary or enemy of the world.
I've been thinking, there's a possibility that the island still harbors a prototype of some illegal experiment. It was that very prototype that triggered consequences beyond our prediction. Are you worried Rika Satame might still be alive? I'm worried that her secret research on that island has awakened something. The red tide is converging on the island. Loda closes her eyes and draws a sharp, deep breath. I fear the red tide has eroded some kind of balance of the island.
If what you're saying is true, then we got a serious problem on our hands. Let's dispatch another squad. It won't have time before the confidential protocol expires. This will be yet another dangerous gamble. We might lose all the marketing chips we got so far. I'll maintain information control within the agreed time frame. The rest is up to your discretion, sir. She gives Nicole a slight nod before standing up and leaving. Nicole reaches far down the shotgun. He manages his symbol before switching his terminal in a encrypted mail channel. It's me. What's the mission target?
Damn. Okay.
It's like 19 it is in there. Yeah. We in for a long haul. We're in for a long haul. Ow. I'm gonna get to at least 4. I think I can stomach that much. It's a lot of reading. The scarab transfer aircraft departs from the Babylonia and enters the automatic cruise mode. Valerie leaves the pilot's seat and walks steadily toward the back of the cabin. Let me go with the mission brief. The 4th tank is so fucking... That's what I'm saying. We're gonna probably just do like 4 of these and then we'll move on to something else. Cause like I do want to learn about her backstory. You know, cause I really love me some Yada. I'm a Yada fanboy. That's how you approach a Mamba. Like I did 1 and 2 a day. Yeah. We'll see how long, you know, this one takes me. I said fanboy, not femboy. I said fanboy. Fanboy. I'm a Yada fanboy. Cause I like me some Yada. Like her kit, I just like so much. It works for me. Like the auto punches and shit, you know. I didn't say femboy though. I said fan boy. You get it? You got it? Good. Nah, I said fanboy. Y'all tripping. Don't make me time y'all out. Y'all tripping. Oh yeah, we kind of picked up on that from this last chapter. The red tide is gathering on the artificial island. 2 squads have gone missing there. We might have to deal with the missing squads on top of the heteron creatures there. Ooh, who is this? Ground combat, the red tide? Why is something mission assigned to a proper task force squad, like Grey Ravens? So we're not a task force squad, okay. The Grey Ravens are still helping Lucia with her frame replacement, but more importantly, we've been chosen primarily because one of us is familiar with his mission location. Valerie Real asks questions. In other words, she's the type to back up everything she wants to say into statements. And right now, this means Yada feels Valerie's gaze toward her. Hadrina Island. This is where I went to high school. Oh. I know my way around here. I can be your guide, assuming there are still paths to follow. Why she looked at me? The island was abandoned following the punishing outbreak. I'm one of those few survivors. As for the details, I'm sure the commander's intel is more comprehensive than what I know. Seeming to have noticed her own emotions, she adds these explanations before closing her eyes. Sure. Well then, wait, same voice. Well then, fuck. A little higher. Well then, let's continue. Why the satellites have captured... No, her voice sounds better lower. I don't know why I care, but I care. Where the satellites can capture continuous movements patterns during the night. After this brief interlude, Valerie resumes explaining the mission details. Who the fuck is this? Discord reviews the mission details on the terminal as she listens to Valerie talking, while Chevy reclines in her seat, resting her eyes closed. Yada props her cheek up, twirling her hair with her right index finger as she gazes at the drifts out the window. At some point, Earth's silhouettes gradually fills her entire view. Follow the patches of the clouds. The approach to the blue planet stirs indescribable ripples in Yada's heart. Certain memories intentionally locked away and now force their way into her own mind. The blue sky is much like a spider's web, as it was endless in midsummer. No one can truly escape. Oh. Such a deep blue sky. Not a cloud in sight. It's rare to have such a nice weather on the first day of school. Why don't you take this chance to look around? Oh. This is so annoying. I'd never seen such a stuffy old school. Keep your voice down, Yada. See, your student handbook proudly states, Moshono Academy High School is a private institute renowned for its strict discipline. We cultivate elite individuals who possess both academic excellence and noble character. The school motto is explore the vast universe and strive for human perfection. No, he's not. Why would you put that on my son? That's crazy work. However, it is less outdated aesthetics and more about deliberately projecting an air of superiority. What kind of superiority? The arrogance of the elite class. Anyhow, this is the best high school there is on the island. Your old man had to call in favors from several friends and for recommendations and letters just to get you enrolled here. Why should I care? You never asked for my opinion before moving in this island. Sorry, my bad again. Back then, I followed my fathers to the school, and on that day without a cloud in sight, directionless in life, I drifted aimlessly through my youth. I gazed at the short school gate and built with the precious stones and embezzled in the gold letters. I failed to sense the elitist arrogance my father had warned me about. Instead, I sensed a kind of fear, a fear that made everyone tread carefully. Rotting petals littered the ground as the harsh sunlight bore down mercilessly. Soon sweat soaked through my uniform's lining. I undid a button, but the heat remained unbearable. Taking shelter from the sun, I waded through the crowd of new students and their parents. Under a tree by the school gate stood a fair-haired skinned girl. Our eyes met by chance. She stood motionless, like a doll, her brows furrowed. Thinking she might need help, I walk over to her. Hello there. Are you waiting for someone? Yes. Can I help you? Oh, I'm Yada. I'm a first-year student. I'm a first-year student too. Yada. May I have your name? Nice to meet you. Oh, we don't get to know her name yet. The transport pulls Yada's back from the cabin. What's wrong? Oh, I'm listening. Besides investigating the red tide, locating the mission squads, we have another objective: capture the target alive if possible. Who's the target? A scientist from the Golden Age. I sent the details to your terminal. The transfer is about to reach the designated altitude. Everyone, get ready. I have a bad feeling about this. Even after all these years, Yada still kicks herself for what happened that day. She regrets being so lost in memories that she failed to stop Sylvie from speaking. Or Shiva from speaking. The fuck's going on? Harsh rights suddenly flood the cabin. Urgent alarms and automated voice messages follow suit. Warning, high-speed heat signature detected. RWR responds? Shiva rushes to the pilot seat. What's wrong? Is this some kind of malfunction? It's a radar warning. The surface of the air missiles detected the 3 o'clock under, detected 3 o'clock under the moving at high speed. As Shiva rapidly works the control panel, Discord moves into a closer look. Can we make it? Should we at least try electromagnetic interference? EMC systems deployed. Calculating evasive trajectory. Wait. The attack source of the IFF signature with no lock-on indicator. No. It's friendly fire? The incoming missiles are from Babylonia's surface to air defense system. Verify IFF protocol. It's been terminated. Wait, it's been terminated unilaterally. 2 seconds. Deploy chaff and ECM. No time. Everyone, hold tight. As a blinding flash erupts from the left wing, Yada forces Discord head down. A tremendous impact rocks at the small cabin, sending the violent shockwaves coursing through its walls. In the explosion wake, a black smoke and an acrid stench of the burning seep into the cabin. Yada reaches out for the medical arm and catches Valerie, who has been flung into the other side of the cabin. Piercing alarms blare through the cabin. The danger is far from over. Engine thrust critical. Fuel tank breached. Fuselage on fire. A radar malfunction. Shiva, give me a status report. We lost one engine completely. and the other appears to be compromised as well. The left wing is barely responding to the controls, and the autopilot system is practically non-functional. Worst of all, we're dealing with a fuel tank breach. We already blew the safety threshold. Shiva, I'm authorizing the IFF protocol override. Launch two air-ground missiles at the sources of attack. IFF protocol disengage. Anti-radiation missiles locked on the source of the attack. It's no use. The bomb is jammed. Yada, activate the emergency protocol and prepare for equipment airdrop to reduce the weight. Copy that. Tracking the beacon connected to the terminal. We're just doing Yada chapter right now. Warning. High speed heat signature detected. You gotta be kidding me. Another one? High speed SAM. 3 o'clock under. All module, AI module malfunction. Unable to calculate evasive maneuvers. Shiva, take control of the aircraft. You're authorized to perform high-risk maneuvers. Auto cruise, disengage. Everyone, hold tight. We're diving. Shiva pushes the control stick forward to his limits, causing the aircraft to nose pitch downward. In that instant, Yada spots a glint of the light in the distant clouds. Shiva, more to the left. Shiva responds with a forceful banking of the transport aircraft to the left. The sharp evasive maneuvers cause something to break loose from the wing. As the trail of fire marked the path of the deployed flares, another violent explosion erodes nearby. The cabin shudders slightly, but this time, everyone stays firmly in their seats. Did we dodge it? Not completely. Something on the underside of the transport aircraft must have been hit. At least it wasn't the bomb bay. I consider ourselves very lucky, all things considered. How much fuel do we have left? Can't tell. The instruments are dead. Abort. Return to mission. We'll make an emergency landing at the Hydrogen Island. Excessive speed. Is the map navigation still working? We're ultimate aptitude for shoulder-mounted missiles. We need to act fast. Hydrogen's island outline is in view, but we can't confirm the terrain. No data in the database. Switching visual guidance. Initial assessments show that there are three potential landing zones. From the highest chance of success, the central island of the area will be our best bet. The bay might be contaminated by the rate tide. We'll land by the central island area. Brace for impact. Roger. There's so much vegetation. Even the spaces between the buildings are filled with tall trees. This is annoying. Can't even see through the ground through all this. Proximity warning. The transport aircraft last remaining engine fired diagonally forward, attempting to slow itself down as it skims on the ground. Damn! Breaking through the countless trees, the transport craft tail makes contact with the ground. Arise, Bingus, me. Oh, hi. What's going on, Kiramia? A massive muffled explosion follows as a flame rises from the clearing near the forest. A smoke billows into the sky. Hydrogen Island falls into the silence once more. Meanwhile, inside the now wrecked industrial transport ship, Shiva, deploy the drones. Yada, check if the mounted weapons are operational. Nothing much. I did Warzone. I did Norman. I'm playing a full keyboard again because it's much easier for the combat to play full keyboard. And we're doing Yada chapter. We missed chapter 1 of Yada chapter. We're on chapter 2 right now. I'm trying to chug along. We may do 4, but I might take Google's word and just do 1 to 2. We'll see. 2 Reckon drones are self-functional. Deploying them now. Here's your pulse gun. Valerie takes the pulse gun from Yada and inspects the energy storage unit. Signal loss from the both drones. Watch out, enemies nearby. No, just PGR today. We're doing all reactions content tomorrow. Discord reactions, anime reactions. It makes more sense to do a big dump of them on Wednesday because we haven't had there's been some submissions, but not like a big dump that I like to do. And some animes like one came out today, but I can wait till tomorrow to get to it. And so yeah, we're gonna just do them all tomorrow. And I've been kind of itching to do some more Yada story. And we may do some Zen, but even for Zen, I know I'm gonna be just yapping. It's gonna be Yap Simulator for the side stuff, you know. And I kind of want to just grind some stuff out, so we might just be skipping some things then, you know, depending on how I'm feeling. But the story stuff though, I know we gotta do chapter 1.5. 1.5 I heard is good, so hopefully it's not too much of like this, because I can do it for PGR and Black Beacon. I don't mind it, but I don't want to voice Mahoyo games stuff, you know. My voice can only take so much. My voice can only take so much. This is Yada reaches out at the mango cabin door. Oh shit. A powerful electromagnetic pulse strikes from nowhere, forcing her to her knees before she can react. I've been drinking water, bro. Damn it. What the hell is this? Valerie swiftly established the consciousness like established Yada in Discord's minds. Alright, no worries. Everything is voiced now, even like in... For 1.5, everything is voiced? Because 1.4, there were some things that were not voiced. But if 1.5 is voiced, and 1.6's stuff is voiced in, we're in good shape. Something's wrong. It's malicious interference targeting the mind. Are there other commandants on the island, perhaps? Yeah, some of the VAs are already casted. Nice. Radar's picking up the infected mechanoids on the island at 9 o'clock. Is it one or multiple? Should be just one. Wait. Suspicious signals detected at 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. We can't stay in the transport aircraft any longer. We need to fight our way out. Shiva, take the map data from both drones to the terminals. Only 12% of environmental data has been collected within the range of the transport. Clear enemy signatures. Clear enemy signatures behind the trees. One left on the left flank. That'll do. Yada, prepare for the breach. Roger. The promise outer came back. Hold on, it's getting juicy now. It's getting juicy now. Okay, let's do one more. I can't just end like that. I gotta know what happens next. An explosion rips through the side door of the transport, half burned in the mud of the edge of the desert, of the dense forest. I'm sorry. White smoke rises from two smoke grenades as shadows dart through the gaze. Without warning, the belly-mounted turrets open fire, spraying bullets into the surrounding trees. The large caliber rounds tear through the two corrupted hiding behind the trees, sending them crashing to the ground. Report. Target eliminated by the turret fire. Yada, take point. Shiva, maintain electronic warfare and environmental scanning. Stay behind me and take position take position behind. Oh, I bet. Discord, take your regard, protect Shiva and watch out for our 6. V, 4 o'clock. Valerie swifts her weapon toward the dark thicket. The dark thicket? The hell's a dark thicket? Firing 2 pulse rounds. The whistling rounds pierce into the thicket and vanishing into silence as it's devoured by the darkness. They dodged it? Everyone, night vision on! Before the words can settle, three corrupted spearing out from the clearing just ahead of the scarabs. The corrupted fan into trident formation, pressing their attack. You bastards having a party here, huh? Yada charges forward decisively, her mechanical arms making quick work of the two corrupted with effortlessly swings. The remaining corrupted hesitates for a moment, then bypasses Yada to charge straight forward at Valerie. Heads up, Valerie! They're coming for you! Valerie fires twice, but the corrupted sprints straight right through the gunfire. Oh, he ate that shit like it was nothing. As everyone moves to defend Valerie, a towering figure suddenly materializes behind Shiva. Before that moment arrives, a nimble figure dashes past both Valerie and Shiva in a blur. Oh, two pair of metallic arms interrupt the coming fist. Towering mechanoid staggers back 2 steps as attack is interrupted by the counterforce. With mechanical arms extended, Yada cracks her neck in annoyance as she stares down at her opponent. I'm right here, Dumbo! Standing tall, Yada uses her external arms to forcibly twist the corrupted's fists away from their intention direction. When it comes to raw strength, I won't lose to you. Inch by inch, the corrupted's body is forced to the ground in the struggle. A deep breath, feet planted firmly, and then a straight punch pierces through the corrupted's chest. The two fists against 6. Get it by now, you big lug? Yada, stay alert. They coordinate their attacks. Valerie calls out the warning while maintaining suppressive fire in the opposite direction. But before Valerie can finish her sentence, you know something is off. Tactics? Tactical coordination? Can the corrupted really understand tactics at all? Through there was an incident at Pariah Forest Park. But that was initially just a hive mind issuing cultivated commands. These corrupted are coordinating with one another far too perfectly. There must be a puppet master behind this. This isn't something mechanical minds can cook up. Are you suggesting they're operating with the commandant in squad formation like us? But you're not my puppets. The corrupted attacking are just mindless marionettes programmed for suicide attacks. Come to think of it, they breached our mind without any resistance. How do they manage to do that? While Yada is lost in thought, a mechanoid covered in explosives shambles toward them, and his move is unsteady. Land of eternity, paradise, escape from this mortal realm. I am a firefly. With these cryptic words, a self-destruction mechanoid suddenly charges at Valerie in a frenzy. Watch out! With a lightning flash, fast reflexes, Yada kicks the self-destruction mechanoid skyward. After a blinding flash, the airborne mechanoid becomes nothing more than a momentary burst of light. It remains rained down like mechanical petals scattering across the ground over a whirly whale. After a moment's pause, Valerie and Yada cautiously approach to investigate. A frame of bionic vocal cords on the ground continues to emit undetectable static, stuttering and mumbling. The promise, Yata, come back. Okay, on the PV. I got just a power. Oh, nice. Before the mechanoid can finish speaking, Valerie raises her gun and delivers the final shot. At this moment, Shiva and Discord arrive at the scene. Did I hear that wrong? Or was it just calling my name? Unless we all heard it wrong. What's really going on with this corrupted? These units appear as a group. 2 executed faint attacks while the third charges straight for V. Are they assuming the task force commandants lack combat capabilities? Take out the command first, then dismantle the rest of the squad one by one. Maybe this is how we lost contact with the last task force. Yada, tell me exactly what happened here. Why did that corrupted know your name? Valerie's voice remains unnaturally calm. I have no idea how to answer that, V. This is my first time back in years. Back then, the punishing wiped out all humanity, even my best friend. Ghosts are probably the only thing left here. If that happens, if that's what you're trying to ask, enough. She shifts her gaze away from Yada and prepares to step forward. But in an instant, almost simultaneously, Yada collapses face first onto the ground. Yada? And Riley kneels down to see the Yada eyes have gone lifeless. A mind quake. A mind quake? Stay calm and focus on the mind beacon. Just as Valerie is about to connect with Yada, Discord 2 collapses to the ground nearby. They're falling one after another. The Commandant's conscious connection with their squad weaknesses when they lose focus. This is what the moment they were waiting for. The Valerie turns to Shiva, and they were still barely conscious. Shiva, report. My head, it hurts. Damn it, Valerie. There's a force in my mind trying to tear us away from your beacon. Gritting her teeth, Valerie struggles with all her might to stabilize the connection. A song? This voice. Lying on the ground, Yada seems to be regaining consciousness. However, what reflects in Yada's eyes is an otherworldly scene. One that looks anything but a battlefield. Endless rays of bright sunlight fill a spacious classroom where boys and girls' uniforms gather. Their faces beam with bright smiles as they join hands, singing in a heartwarming melody together. They sing on tirelessly, free from worry and care. How many years have flown by since those days of school life? When we look back, were we surprised about how fast time went by? Is this a graduation ceremony? A young girl holding a bouquet of hydrogenas and making her way through the crowd toward Yada. A pleasant floral fragrance emanates from her, an innocent scent that puts all guards down. Who are you? Shh. The song. Little chases, huh? No time to waste. We need to do a deep dive now. Val takes a deep breath and closes her eyes. As Commandant, she understands the implications of such actions in battle. Dropping one defense even briefly means becoming nothing more than a sitting duck on a battlefield. Casting all caution aside, Valerie dives deep into Yada's mind. Suddenly, the sounds emerge from the dense forest, followed by immediate footsteps that breaks the silence. Valerie sees something. Valerie, Something's coming. She let out a heavy sigh as she watches unresponsive Valerie. As the footsteps draw closer, she staggers to grab Valerie's sidearm. Join us. Join this. The spiritual Eden becomes a citizen of the eternal realm. Whatever faith may be, this is the ultimate paradise. Can the pure land. A control construct soldier mutters incomprehensible words as it slowly raises its weapon at Shiva. Stay away from us! A pulse bursts from the muzzle, knocking down the already unable construct. Why did you betray Babylonia? We did not have a choice. She's invading our minds. Her dream of Eden is corrupting everyone's will. The fallen construct continues to mutter bewildering phrases while Shiva, beyond exhausted, collapses to her knees. So this is like this is what it's like getting control. Not again. Shiva struggles to pull the trigger, but cannot stop the massive corrupted from drawing near. Valerie, are you not done yet? I have a bad feeling about. An elongated shadow blocks the light from Shiva's view as something hoists onto her shoulder, frantically runs away. She desperately tries to scream, but no sound comes out. Stop right there! A bolt of electricity pierces through the corrupted's body, but another construct quickly snatches Shiva's away. I was too late. Despite launching an attack at the moment of her conscious return, Yada, due to instant charge, fails to stop the constructs that took Shiva. The Crescent working together were construct soldiers? What an interesting times we live in. What kind of brainwashing did they go through to become a big family? I'm more curious about who's working with the strings here. Having to stabilize Discord, Valerie forces herself to stand up. We don't have much time for now. Isn't Shiva's tracking device connected to our terminals? We can still track her down since the connection is still active, but I can't guarantee how it'll work if I get too far. Someone needs to stay close. Like you say, lay close to her to act as a relay point and connection to stay alive because of signal or signal interference. We align the direction in which the interference is the most powerful. With the corrupted mind, inflation is intensifying. Marrying 451 is where the two overlap. Initiating image analysis. Enhanced night vision mode. Looks like a stone mountain among abandoned buildings. There's a line embedded in the stone monument. Monument, I'm sorry. It's hard to make out, but it looks like something about school. Mishono Academy is high school. That's not a monument. It's our high school gate. Let me handle this. I know the school's layout. Try to brute force your way through while I try to draw their fire. Riley briefly closes her eyes. We can't wait any longer. Scarab can't afford to lose another member. I'll be back once in peace. I'll reach my back with me. Don't force your way through. Fall back if things ever go south. Keep your terminal on check every 10 minutes. Riley usually fussy with her instructions. Also, short-range communications on the ground are working just fine, but we aren't getting a response or any message to Babylonia. Hit the comm relay with you. Valerie hands a black device to Yada. We can't search without. We can't reach out. Probably once we restore a long-range communication. The rooftop will make an excellent installation site. Roger that. Yada has the two approaching, corrupted with her mechanical arms, dashing into this forest. Now, Discord prepares for the strike.
Okay. Wait, this is the first dungeon run? I mean, this is my first time actually going through this. Defeat all the corrupted. Okay, let's do this one. And we'll call it for this story. We yapping, boy.
Evening winds howl through the darkness of the dense forest. Yada right. Yada pursues the construct. Attacks Shiva, occasionally glancing back at the checkered surroundings. Finally lost him. I wonder how V and Discord are doing. Pushing aside the high waist weeds, she crouches down and closes her eyes to maximize her audio sensors. And then she picks up a faint traces of movement. Yeah, this is an extra story. Northwest. I knew they had to for the school. If I go after them now, I can still catch up. She had to try to stand up. An eerie electrical surge strikes her mind. A melody seeps through the audio sensors. The song is tender. The song is tender. Ethereal and otherworldly. With deepest respect and gratitude for all you have done for me. How you managed to how many years have you flown by since those days of school life? Something rings clear in Yada's ears. It is choir music. They're in choir class. Look at this fucking art. Hold on. I wish I could just take a picture of that. Oh, I need like a little button to just, I want to see this because this looks crazy, but I love it at the same time. The darkness of the night fades away, replaced by the warm hues of dusk. Yada finds herself wearing a Mishano high school uniform, lined up among the other students in the class photo. Yada, we've been waiting for you. It's been so many years, Yada. Where have you been all this time? Have you forgotten all about us? Countless hands reach out from behind her, grabbing Yada from her shirt and hair. She whirls around, find nothing but decaying bones and skulls behind her. Clusters of hydrogenous bloom from their hollow eye sockets. Become one with us. Damn it! Yada slams her fist to the ground, forcing suffocating emotions on her mind. She opens her eyes again. She finds herself back in reality. She finds herself still surrounded by the endless night and eerily quiet forest. Hallucination? When did it get to me? But you would be dead wrong if you think there would be anything on my mind that isn't as weak as you think. I'm gonna find you. Doesn't matter if you're either punishing or some ghost. Cool moonlight falls on Yada's shoulders as she dusts herself off and continues her pursuit. As she emerges from the dense forest, a derelict school campus looms before her like a graveyard. Half a century has passed, since the once proud private school became nothing but a forgotten ruins. You're in there, huh? Yada gazes the fixtures upon the door at the school building. Trying to lure me in? Pathetic attempt. The further I'm from the commandant, the stronger these hallucinations become. Find myself back again after half a century. What are the odds? She strides through the school gate, across the courtyard, and attempts to open the school door. You better not die before I find you, Shiva. You better stay alive. As Yada steps into the school building, a place that has haunted her nightmares countless times. The echoes of an old melody linger endlessly, tucked away in the hidden corners. The melody's chords trick together in the shadows beyond Yada's perception, spanning more than a half a century. Tender, ethereal, and otherworldly. Oh, I get to play? Oh, we inside the school.
校舎がいや感傷に浸ってる場合じゃないか芝のことが先
Hold on. This. Can I do it here? I wanted the English. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is my first time doing one of these. I've never... Okay. Why they rise up like fucking zombies like that? Oh my god.
感染体会看你的声音吸引过来吗？强闯的话，感染体说不定要一窝蜂冲上来，不能闹出太大动静，要保证希瓦的安全。
Why is it in Mandarin? Oh. I'll just leave in Japanese then. Actually, you know what? I was liking her. I'll leave it English, but because I can hear it in Mandarin. I'm surrounded. Oh, fuck out of here. Bitch. Calms her back up. Shiva, Valerie. Who's that? Stop. Let's talk already. Damn it. Bro, I've been missing out. I gotta do more of these. Oh, this music is crazy. When you have it in this context. Oh, fixed camera work.
缺了一半的照片，这是合唱团的合影，像是被故意放在这里的。
This is the choir.
藏起来了吗？
School, like what, radio? Yeah, like a broadcast room.
另一班照片，
Oh, that's the rest of the
到底想
photo.
告诉我什么？
Oh shit. You're back in high school?
校舍复原了。瓦莱利亚不在，看来只能靠我自己了。
Hey, yo. Weird. Why am I here? I remember I was moving stuff and I passed it. Okay. You ain't gonna give me time to read it, so fuck it then.
同学，这边。
Huh? Hey, you ever heard of the girl? Oh, okay. Just read it then. Uh-huh.
同学，这边。
Okay, where's that coming from? Fascinating.
同学，这边。
That is definitely freaking me the fuck out.
同学，这边。排练快开始了，但他还没来，能帮我们找找吗？
Can you help me look for her?
对了，他的
By
班
the
级
way, the
位置
classroom
可能
might
有点
be.
偏，一般情况是往上走的，但如果碰上奇怪的事，就赶紧下楼。
I will say I like this outfit. Is it up or down? I don't even know if I'm going the right way.
不对，又回来了呀。一般情况向上走，奇怪的话就下楼。哎，哪里做错了吗？
How'd that happen? Bruh. Don't tell me I'm stuck on a loop. Let's keep going up and up. All right. Oh. There we go. We don't trigger it now.
不对，又回来了呀。一般情况向上走，奇怪的话就下楼。哎，哪里做错了吗？ 不对，又回来了呀。一般情况向上走，奇怪的话就下楼。哎，哪里做错了吗？
No. We need more than that.
不对，又回来了呀。一般情况向上走，奇怪的话就下楼。哎，哪里做错了吗？
There we go. Oh shit. What the fuck is going on? Okay. The Sam hell was that? That shit was freaky.
座位在这儿，第3列第3号。这不是我的座位吗？缺席的人是我。
太好了，大家都到齐了，开始排练吧。八志，你也快过来，大家看镜头。
There we go.
Hello there. Are you waiting for someone? Yes. Can I help you? Oh. I'm a first year student too. Yada. May I have your name? Nice to meet you. I'm Yuka Satame.
You're a Satame? Could you be the daughter of the renowned Dr. Satame?
What are you talking about, Dad? I believe I don't know what you're referring to. I'm not her daughter though. I'm just studying abroad at Dr. Satame's. Ah, I see. As I hear you were, and here I was sure you were her daughter. Well, Dr. Satame is a brilliant scientist, and anyone bearing that name tends to be sexually as well. You're too kind. Dad, what? Why don't you just step aside? You and I can look around on our own. Ha! I'll leave yourselves to it then. Hey, Yada. Be nice to Yuka. Yeah? Yeah, whatever. Come on, once I got the chops nearby. I'll do whatever you want. I will do whatever you want to do, Yada.
Okay.